You're listening to the Hidden Killers podcast with Tony Bruschi.
Well, some more interesting developments in the world of Alex Murdaugh. Yeah. Buster Murdaugh, the son of convicted murderer and fraudster Alex Murdaugh, has filed a defamation lawsuit against Netflix, Warner Brothers Discovery, and several other parties. The suit, lodged in the Court of Common Pleas in Hampton County, South Carolina, claims that the documentaries Murdaugh Murders, a Southern Scandal, and Murdaugh Murders, a Deadly Dynasty, and Low Country, the Murdaugh Dynasty, wrongfully implicated him in the 2015 death of the 19-year-old Stephen Smith. It's been rumored for a long time that there was something there. I personally don't think there is. I think, everybody really, they got into Alex Murdaugh and they just, they thought everything, with them is going to be connected to something horrible. I don't know. I don't think. I think it was something that, it's fair to have questions about, but there's never really been a whole lot of solid evidence connecting the two. Although Stephen Smith's mom has other things to say about it. The lawsuit filed last Friday names Gannett, the publisher of the Hampton County Guardian, the newspaper's editor, Michael Dewitt Jr., and the production companies behind the documentaries. Murdaugh argues that the defendants defamed him by subtly or explicitly suggesting his involvement in Smith's death. Buster Murdaugh, who testified at his father's trial regarding the shock of his mother, Margaret Maggie Murdaugh, and younger brother Paul Murdaugh being shot in 2021, categorically denied any involvement in Stephen Smith's death, saying, quote, "I have tried my best to ignore the vicious rumors about my involvement in Stephen Smith's tragic death and continue to be published in the media as I grieve over the brutal murders of my mother and brother," Buster stated in 2023. Smith, an openly gay teenager and former classmate of Murdaugh, was found dead from a blow to the forehead, which an independent autopsy confirmed was likely from a hit and run. Despite the findings, Murdaugh claims the documentaries falsely portrayed him as Smith's murderer. The lawsuit highlights a particular 10-minute segment from the series that alluded to Murdaugh as the killer. Murdaugh's complaint describes the documentaries as containing false statements that suggest he murdered Smith with a baseball bat in an anti-gay hate crime. It also disputes any romantic relationship between Murdaugh and Smith. These statements are untrue in their entirety, the complaint reads. Eric Bland, who's been on the show, an attorney for Stephen Smith's family, criticized the lawsuit, predicting it would backfire. Bland noted that the powerful entities named in the suit would likely fight vigorously and might unearth further details damaging to Murdaugh, saying, quote, "Buster will have to answer questions in a multi-day deposition for every single defendant," Bland said, emphasizing the extensive questioning Murdaugh would face regarding his relationship with Smith and knowledge of his death. Bland also pointed out that Buster's name appeared multiple times in an investigative file released by the South Carolina Highway Patrol in 2021. Buster Murdaugh seeks to clear his name, what he calls baseless, false, and defamatory accusations, while offering condolences to Smith's family. The outcome of the high-profile legal battle certainly remains to be seen. It's going to be interesting.
Really interesting, because he's going up against some pretty big entities.
Yeah.
Like he's suing Netflix.
Yeah.
And so Netflix isn't going to go, you know what? We are so sorry. Good point. We're going to just back off of our documentary. We'll pull it off there or whatever it takes. It's not going to be like that.
No, this opens it up to discovery.
Exactly. And
yeah.
I think he could release his statements and say, I have seen these. Here's from my perspective. Hell, find a company, go to Netflix and see if they'll do a documentary on you, showing your side of it. Because I think with his notoriety, with his dad, they might actually do that.
Yeah. And
I think that would be better than this route, because now he's going to be under oath. They're going to depose him. There's other people they could.
But if he he says he has nothing to do with it, and if he has a completely clean, nothing's, unearth whatever you want. If there's nothing to unearth, there's nothing to unearth. I guess would be the point of that. So, but if there is something to unearth, and it doesn't even necessarily need to be with this, other things can be unearthed, and that may not be the best thing considering the family that he had, because he may end up finding other things out about dad or something like that he didn't necessarily want to know. Or just drudge up more stuff.
like the money alone to hire a lawyer to go after people like this. Like I have 2 friends that are getting divorced and like the lawyer fees are going to take up everything. It's a weird divorce. I don't get it. And I'm like, just the lawyer fees alone are going to eat up anything you might have gotten.
Yeah.
But imagine, like, where do you get that money to sue? I guess he is going to sue them for financial.
Well, my guess is that he's hoping that they will just settle with him, which maybe they will. Maybe they won't. I don't know. If they don't settle with him,
they ain't going to settle anything. They're going to defend it because they've got these, and I'm using air quotes, documentaries on him and this situation, and millions of people have seen them.
Yeah.
I get you'd want to clear your name. Totally understand that.
But I don't know that this is going to clear your name, honestly. I mean, it's out there. It's out there. People are going to have their narratives and their thoughts on it. Just because you sue somebody and you make some money, that doesn't necessarily clear your name. I mean, and again, I don't think he had anything to do with it personally, but other people may. And that's just kind of how it is in the spotlight like that. It sucks, without a doubt, but I don't know that this is going to truly clear a name. Well, and the name Murdaugh forever is going to be scorned in that area.
And when you were on vacation, Stacey and I talked about the Karen Reed trial.
Yeah.
And when, like, for example, when that case, when I first heard about it, I'm like, she is guilty. But now that they're starting, you hear these, like her lawyer, what he's doing is really muddying the waters. That could happen here. She might have done it, but she might get off. He might not have done it, but it might make him, there might be something that comes up here that people are going to question.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's risky on his part to do it. I think there might be a better route, like sitting down with Dateline or somebody. Yeah. There's any number of places I would love to talk to him. Anybody.
I would think there'd be, if money is the thing and he wants to make a profit off of this, and I don't know what his motive is other than he says it's to clear his name, but if there's anything about monetary, I would think that you can get like $1 million from somebody who wants to do a documentary on you, and you can share your story. But I don't know. It could backfire. It certainly could backfire. But I don't know. Time will tell. We'll have to watch.
Then go on. Get your story out there, what you want told. Then go on and lead a good life. If you had nothing to do with that, here's what I have to say about it. I'm going to help children now, or whatever it is. Yeah. I'm going to help the poor.
Yeah.
Do something meaningful and important with your life.
Yeah. If I were him, I would just change my name and get the fuck out of
Oh my God, yes.
the low country.
Dye your hair.
Exactly.
Want to listen ad-free? Want advanced access to all of our interviews before anyone else?
Become a True Crime Today Premium Plus subscriber on Apple Podcasts.
You get every episode commercial-free.
So you can binge on true crime
until you can binge no more.
Search True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts now, or go to our podcast page and sign up now.
More of the Hidden Killers podcast next.